welcome to Little Workroom Crafts. My name is Davina and I live in the southeast coast of the UK. Today is Monday the 26th of October. Gosh, nearly a month ahead then. It's bad enough being in October. October 2020. And today is episode number 37. Okie dokie, right, let's start. This week has been a bit quieter than last. I know last Monday I was a bit hyper. I don't know why, I really don't, but there we go. I was having a good day. So try and calm it down a bit this week, shall we? What have I been doing? I've been doing some baking because you know I love my baking. The weather's been on and off. Really, it's been a lot of rain and then sunshine, but apparently we've got another little hurricane thing coming in tomorrow, so there's a lot of wind tomorrow. So we'll see how that hits us here on the southeast. What else have I been doing? Let's think. So I've been doing baking. Oh, I have decided, which I already had anyway, but I forgot to tell you in the last few weeks, I'm doing Vlogmas. I enjoyed Vlogmas so much last year. I know there were just little videos every day, but they weren't really long ones. But and I know I ain't at work this time, but I will find something for us all to do. I'm sure I can. Yeah, I am definitely up for Vlogmas this year. So it's really just over a month away, isn't it? And I've taken part in 2 Advent swaps this year. One of them is the one that Caroline, that I spoke about a few videos ago, which obviously we've all paired up and everything now. And I was paired up with a lovely lady, from Italy. So all her parcels been sent off. And so that was the fabric Advent. So obviously every day we'll be opening that. And then my other Advent was another friendly swap from my lovely friend Alison. Hi. And I have got hers and she has got mine, and that is a yarn swap. So every day we'll be opening I'll be opening a fabric and a yarn Advent as well. So and I'll be doing a lot of baking and things like I normally do. So I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, also in the pictures at the front where I normally book me pictures of the week, I did make my very first sourdough pizza crust. Gosh, it was brilliant, absolutely, and it tasted so good. And Glenn turned around and he said, we're never ever going to be buying pizza again. And that's just like from the waste that you do every week, you take out to feed your sourdough. I have written down, now it's actually, I got it from Alexandra's Kitchen. Now, if you Google that, her recipe will come up as written, and she will, and there's photographs, and she also, you can print it off. But she has a YouTube tutorial. So if you go over to YouTube and put in simple sourdough pizza crust, Alexandra's Kitchen, and it's all there as well. There's no talking on this video of hers, but she gives you all the ingredients as she adds it. It's just nice to have that as a backup. But it takes, let's see, when did I start mine? We had it set, the plan was Saturday evening, because with the sourdough, something like that, you do have to plan when you're going to eat it. So we ate it Saturday evening. I started at Thursday morning. Yes. So it is like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's about a 3-day thing, but it's well worth it. And as we've both said, and then we know exactly what's in the toppings, what we've put in it, and everything. Well worth the make. And then afterwards, Glenn turned around and went, I think we've got a cinnamon dough week coming up, haven't we? Him and his cinnamon buns. He loves them so much. So, yeah, but we definitely are going to have a routine of this sourdough pizza crust. So if anyone is interested in doing it, brilliant. Go ahead, follow her. Obviously, she gives you an oven reading, which we actually did convert, and it's way too high for our ovens. So we reckon it's one of them that you put in, they put it in and it's all fiery and all that lot. But we just obviously put it on our oven as high as you can put it. Let it heat up. You put the dishes in, the pans in, let them heat up as it goes, and then when you actually put the crust on a sheet of paper onto the thingy, it automatically crisps up the bottom, and that is so crunchy. beautiful. Anyway, this is not a let's go on. And then, as I say, just check it until you know it's cooked. Well worth having a go at. Okay, so that was kind of the excitement this week. Right, what have we got? We've got some knitting. They're both there's 2 socks on the needles. I know, I never do this. 2 socks on the needles, and I'm going to explain what I'm doing as I go when I get there. Right, cross stitch. Obviously I'm going to show the progress of my reindeer, and I have my patchwork crow FFO'd. I am so chuffed with this. Wow, I am just so chuffed with the way that this turned out. What I had in my head, it worked. I've got one naughty this week, but that actually coincides with what I was talking about last week when it comes to needle punching. And then I've got an old favourite come back. I have been brave for the last few weeks, and I have actually gone back into my charity shops. I have found out that they are... anything that's donated is not allowed actually through the shops. They have to go around the back, and then every single piece of stuff that they go through before put out on the shop floor has to go into quarantine for 14 days. So I thought, well, you know, they can't really do much more than that. So, and you all know how much I love my charity shop. My charity shops. So yes, I have managed to get some lovely clothes. Oh, this I got last week. And it's so cozy, and I've got a couple of items from Sea Salt. I'm so impressed with that. I got a lovely body warmer and a top. Really impressed with those. So but I have got some craft stuff. So right then, let's hop right in then, shall we? And let's go into the knitting first. Right, I'm going to show you. I can't remember if I showed you a bit of this last week or not. I think I did. I was hoping to get this first sock finished, but unfortunately, well, I ain't unfortunately, I have tried something new with another sock, which I'll get to in a moment. So I have actually got my heel. So I'm just doing a little bit more of the foot. I ain't got much more to do, just a little bit more, and then I'm going to have a blue toe. And this is the first sock. See, I've got one of my new progress keepers. Where are you? Oh, just turned around again. Oh, I've got them under their own, didn't they? There it is. Gosh. From Pluck's Design. Pluck's. Oh, gosh. Anyway, yeah, I talked all about it last week when I got them. The pattern is the... Is it the... not that one. Must be this one. Yep, it is. It actually is called, that's right, I thought it was, the Twizzler Socks by Becca Sanderson. Absolutely brilliant pattern. Very easy to follow. And I am actually really enjoying knitting on this. My yarn is from Ellie at Craft House Magic. And it is called something to do with Christmas, I think. Yep. Last Christmas. Yeah. So that is Ellie's Craft House Magic, and I am really enjoying this. I was hoping, as I've just said, to get it all finished, this one done anyway, until I was had a virtual face-to-face with my lovely friend Teresa on Wednesday just gone, and we were chattering away because we're so excited about KnitVent, because that starts this week. KnitVent 2020, we cannot wait. And I was just saying, because I know that, you know, I've always done cuff down with a heel flap, gusset. There was a couple of socks I've done with an afterthought heel, and I've always had in my mind I would like to try to do a toe up, and I knew that Teresa can do toe up as well as cuff down. And I've been doing my research, and I was looking at different on Ravelry, different patterns that give information, and she did actually suggest to go over to Jules, which is So Sweet Violet. She has a YouTube channel and a Ravelry page, and she also has a oh, what's it called, a website as well for project bags and stuff. And she and with hers you actually get a tutorial. So you buy the pattern, and then on the pattern, when you actually download it, you get links to tutorials, and her tutorials, I will say, are very clear and very, very good. So I had in mind the is it the tulip, and I thought, well, obviously with doing my very first toe up sock, it's best doing a plain. Now she does have on there a plain, you know, just a normal vanilla toe up, or she has all her patterned ones, and I thought, well, they're the same price, so eventually I would want to go over to the patterned ones, if you get what I mean. So what I did is I actually brought one of the patterned ones, and then I've eliminated the pattern on it, the design on it, and then just followed her tutorials on how she does the cast on. And then I think the next one, then she does a tutorial on the pattern that is actually on the design on the sock, if you're doing that. And then there was another one, I can't remember which one it was. I think it's the cast off, the stretchy cast off as well she does. Anyway, so I thought, well, you know, I'll as I say, I'll get one with a design on it, omit the design for the first pair, and just do it as a vanilla. And then if I find I can do it, then I can do the pattern afterwards. Wow. I've got this in one of my little this is a the Liberties, when the Liberties first came out, this design of the Liberties first came out. And oh yeah, and I got the purple on the inside because I couldn't resist. I ordered them all in at work. So what I did is I actually brought the Timely Tulip, as I say, because the tulip one I don't know, that was just one that stuck in my mind, and I thought it was so pretty. And I thought, well, you know I haven't got any minis, but I'm looking out for some minis, and you know, obviously I'm going to be getting some in my my advent as well. So, and this actually, it says here, these pretty and super fun colour block socks are inspired by the love of colour, especially springtime flowers. They knit toe up using my beanie toe and go day heel. And as I say, you actually get the links to, like, what was it? There's 3 sizes in the pattern. And here on right at the beginning, beanie toe, you can watch my tutorial. You know, there is all individual little tutorials as you go through the pattern, which I thought was brilliant. I really did. So you're not only paying for the pattern, it all comes in together as one. So so this is the actual pattern. And as you will see, my sock is plain, and I'm using the new signature West Yorkshire Spinners, and that's their new this year's Christmas Silent Night, and it's got a flicker on it. I don't know if it's coming up, hopefully it will. And I've actually got up as far as the gusset. I'm quite chuffed. I sat there doing it last night, and I'm getting quite excited with this, because my idea is, as I've said, I'm going to be knitting the, is it the Guild, no, go, oh, what's it called, the big shawl. Oh, I've got it away now. The big shawl, I'm going to knit one for my daughter, ain't I, for Christmas. And I know she would love Jules's bunny socks with the little tails. So I've gone on to Wool Warehouse, and I've already ordered the fluffy yarn. And that's on its way. It's been dispatched. So, and I thought, well, if I made her the bunny socks with the big shawl for her birthday, and I know she'll love it, absolutely love it. So, but I had to learn how to do the toe up before I could do the bunny socks. So this is the way I've done it, because I've just learned, as you all know, how to do things with DPNs, and I'm not a person that knit with the magic loop. I just ain't that kind of person. So what I did is I brought the needles. I brought there's 60 centimetre 2.25s, and I got them from my wall stack that I always get my addies from. And I followed Jules's toe cast on and the toe with them doing the magic loop, and as soon as I got up to my 64 stitches, which is what I am, and then I went over to my DPNs. So now how I know, so this is this marker here, I kind of know what I've got in my head if this has worked or not. So this here is my actual needle 1, so this is the beginning of my row round here. And then what I've done for, let's see if I can remember what I have done actually. Yes, that's it. These two little bunnies, progress keepers. So this is needle 1, as I said, and this is needle 2. So she gives you instructions actually in the pattern for magic loop. So she goes on the first needle and then the second needle. So what I've done is these two are representing her first needle. These two are representing her second needle because they've got no marks on them at all. So these two are the ones that I'm increasing for the gusset, and these two here are the front of the sock that's going to go up. And I thought, you know, I did look on some websites, and I know that Addy do DPNs, and they do them like where they're 5 different colors, so you can see what needle is what, like what's number 1 and 2 and so on. But they're so expensive, and I thought there's got to be a way around this. You know, what you pay for 1 pair of those is like the equivalent of 2 to 3 pairs of these, you know, not the carbons, the oh, what they called, the other ones I use. You're all going to be shouting at the screen again. Zings, that's it. Knit Pro Zings. So I thought there's got to be, last night I thought there's got to be a way around this. So as I say, what I've done is, so this is my one side of my sock, which is the equivalent of her needle 1. This is my equivalent of her needle 2. So this is my increase, and this is the piece that's staying, that I know with the 2 on here that are staying the same. So hopefully this will work. I'm hoping by next week I'm actually going to have a sock. You never know. But what I have actually used for the first time, I brought this, gosh, this was from Fibre East, and I never went last year, so it must have been the year before, so 2018. That's from the knitting shed, because that's where I get all my my bits from, like the wooden gauge and that. And I got one of these. Even, I don't know, you know, I just liked it, as you do when you're out at a show. And anyway, so I took because it's got centimeters on one side, inches on the other, and I'm always an inches person. So I took off my sock, my slipper, and stood on it to see if that was right for my size, and it actually was exactly the right size. So I've worked out the maths on what she says to take off for the heel and so on, and I've been using this, and this has been a brilliant little gadget to go in, and I measure exactly where I had to go up to before I did the start the increasing. So this has really been handy, I will say. So I don't even know if I'm using it right, but for me it's working. So it's yeah, it's coming together really well. And as I say, hopefully I can get this one done, and then I can do the bunny one, because I know that my Rebecca will love them socks. I'll do the bunny socks. So they're, yeah, I'm well chuffed. Oh, I've actually got a toe up. And this yarn, oh my gosh, I will say, I meant to show you this yarn last week and I did forget. It's really weird, because with it having the fleck on it, and as you're working with it, it feels softer than a normal West Yorkshire Spinner's Signature. It really does. I do have the other one, and I do have the pattern book, so I'll show you all that in my naughties. So actually I've got more than one naughty, haven't I? Yeah, oh dear me. Okie dokie. Right then, so that is the knitting. Now it comes down to the cross stitch. Now I'll show you how far I'm going. I've been going on my patchwork deer first, I think. So this is Heart and Hand Needleart, and this is the pattern, patchwork deer, and I'm loving this. I have actually, because last week when I showed you, I think it was last week or the week before, I had it in my Q-snap, and sometimes in the evening I like to just put my feet up and hold my piece, rather than having it in the frame, and then because then I have to have my legs down and so on. So and that was a bit too heavy for me to hold. So what I've done is I've just gone and got a big hoop, and they are a lot lighter. Okie dokie, I am really flying along with this. I have still got to put his eye in. As you can see, I am using the over dyes. I am loving these threads, absolutely loving. And I'm starting the patchwork section in the middle, which is this. Now there is a lot of color changes in that little bit there, I will say, and I like doing block work. Not a lot of stitches do, but I do. So once I get this piece done, basically it's just flying. It really is. It's so I've got over a month, really, just over a month to get it done, but I am really pleased with the way this is turning out. I really am. Now here we go. The FFO. I'm so glad I got this done. Now this is the Patchwork Crow, and I have put photographs of it on my Instagram page, and I will pop some at the beginning of this as well. Wow, I'll just show you. I am just so excited with the way this turned out. I bought a little acorn, next to a little acorn. If you can see, I glued that in his hat. And I am loving it. I said to Glenn, I said, I'm tempted to take this down to my independent pound shop just to show them what I do with all their bits and bobs. Because I take it all apart. And then even the bit of wood is for them. So I have got some of the accessories to do, finish off the reindeer. But I do have to get something like this, but I don't know, I want something special, but I'll see if I can find it. And it's standing on one of my what's the names, so it stands like that. You just have to get the because obviously it's, you know, the weight, you just got to get that in the middle, and it stands like that on my dresser, and I just love it. Absolutely love it. Behind here is obviously just normal 80-20 wadding, and there's mount board here, mount board here. On the back, because I don't like a messy back, I have just put a little piece of wool felt to cover up all the folding of the fabric. And then here I just had a lot of fun. I managed to get him off of the pole that he was on when I brought him, and there's all autumnals. And then these little things here were in a Christmas bag that I got that day from the works, so I'm gonna have to go back there actually and get some more of those. And these picky things here were all from my pound shop, and yeah, I am so excited with that. I absolutely love doing the finishes. I really do. I just love them. Okay, right then, so that's all of the actual craftiness bits I've been doing. I have been doing a lot of sewing bits up here, obviously, for my shop and that, but you know, that's when it comes to personal crafty stuff, that's what I've been doing. Okay then, right, so let's go over to the naughties. Now I will show you, I've just shown you the Midnight of the West Yorkshire Spinners, and this also is the Fairy Light Sparkle. So hopefully you can see, it has got a, yeah, hopefully it'll show up. So this is their signature again. This is this year's Christmas special, and it just feels softer. I don't know if it's because of the sparkle in it, I don't know, but you feel softer when you're knitting it. Now when you actually buy a ball of this, you do get a free pattern, and it's not just a flimsy little piece of paper, it's a proper, you know, what's the name, and it's actually done by the Winwick mum, Christine Perry. I should know, I've met the lady, she's lovely. So you get this pattern with a ball of wool as a freebie, and I also did buy, because I thought why not, in here you have got 1 2 3 4 5, I think it is, surely it's 5, 1 2, oh it's 6 on there, by 6. Oh, are them two different? No, there is. So you get 6 patterns in this book, and I paid £8.50, which I thought was really good for 6 patterns. So there's 5 on there, but there's inside here, it does show you lace. Oh, right, I understand. The blue is the same lace panel, but one of them's knee high and one of them's your normal size sock. So in here you've got ribbon texture, ribbon mock, ripple panel, paper chain cable, and lace panel knee high, and lace panel socks. So that's why. So it is actually 5 patterns, but you get 6 because you get one for a long and one for a short sock. And it is well worth it, I will say. Really, really well worth it. It's like, because this was last year, this was Robin. There was just a little texture pattern in there, but I think if you did them in a vanilla sock, oh no, tell a lie, if you did the pattern on a plain yarn, that's better. You know, that will really show up nicely. But yeah, and I think they are all done by Win Wink Mum, I think, but don't hold me to that. I'll have to read. Yep. Oh, a note from Win Wink Mum, so I reckon they are. Yeah. So, you know, well worth getting, I personally think, for the money, you know, considering how much you can pay for a pattern these days. And as yet again, it's proper paper, and you've got ring bound, so you can open it up and have it like that. It's well worth getting. Right, so I did meant to show you them last week, but I totally forgot. Okay, so last week I did say to you that I was I'm going down the hole of the punch needle. Well, I haven't tried it yet. I have the cloth, I have all the threads, and I was waiting on a kit that I actually brought from eBay. I will say I was impressed. I haven't used it, but when it comes to what you get for your money, I am impressed. It was just over £5, and it was postage free. And in the box, you get a box. You get this punch needle with a needle in it, and it actually allows you to heighten and what's the name your needle and how big you want your loops. You also get 2 different size needles, one thick, one thin. You also get a pair of snips, and then in here you get another punch needle, just the plain basic needle with 2 threaders. And then outside the box, for the other one that I've just shown you, the blue one, you get 2 longer threaders. And it was all that for just over £5, which I think is very, very good. And also, as I say, you've got a nice plastic box, and also you get a set of instructions. There you go. On all what to do and what to use and so on. So I'm going to give it a go. I will give it a go. Perhaps over the Christmas period I might give it a go, because I know that when I get the new primitive punch needle and stitchery thing, I know I always get them around the wrong way round. The magazine, when it comes out, I'm going to in there they do look like there's some lovely stuff. So I might have a go with one of the Christmas ones. Also, I can't believe this, last week when I put away my Harry Potter book, I obviously have these things in my head, and I think, oh, I'll do that, and then I never get round to it, as we all do. I've got a book in my library. Punch needle embroidery, 40 folk art designs, all the kinds of stuff I like. So it's actually Barbara Kemp and Margaret Shaw, and there is actually some really nice stuff. And it's got all about the different needles, the tracing of your cloth. It's loads of stuff, absolutely loads of stuff. This one I do like. I mean, I think that's the quilter in me, actually. Where is it? See if I can show you. There we go. There's nothing on there that could, no. It's the log cabin. I just think that's so nice. But there's loads of stuff in this, absolutely loads, and they've really, really done, made them into beautiful things. So, and they've got all the patterns for you to trace. So yeah, I don't know when I brought it. I really don't. I can't say, but I literally was putting my book away, my Harry Potter book, on my shelves. I always call this my library because it's big enough. And then this happened to be a couple of books down from the gap I had. So when I do actually get into it a bit more, I'm going to be using this book, so that can go back on my shelves. I have been thinking if anybody is interested, because I got a lot of messages left from when I was telling you about the books that I've been reading, and the one that I got last week. Well, let's have a look. This top shelf, all along here, the whole of that top shelf, they're all reading books that are not reference books. They're all on craft, but they're stories. There's obviously Laura Ingalls. I'm crazy about Laura Ingalls. I have been since I was a child. I've got the whole collection on DVD. I've got that one there. That there is the whole one collection I've got. I've got a limited edition. I've even got her biography. And I just love Laura Ingalls. When I was at primary school, everybody got asked in the class what they were going to be when they got older. I was going to be Laura Ingalls. That's what I was going to be. You know what I mean? And my teacher has how polite and pleasant they were those days. I just went, okay, Davina. We'll see. That's all I wanted to do was be Laura Ingalls. And you know, I just love it. So what I thought, because all this here and all this here are reference books, all on knitting, crochet, quilting ones in there. There's embroidery books. Oh, you name it, they're there, basically. And I thought, well, I might just pop in an extra, or I could do it as an extra on Vlogmas, and give you some of the books. Just go round my bookshelves. And I thought, if anybody's interested, they might like to see them. I will say, I reckon 65 to 70% of these books, including these ones up here, all in with it, are from charity shops. I just hunt charity shops like crazy, and you'll be surprised what you can find, which you're going to see in a minute. So that takes us right into this. Okay, now I went first of all down to the big one, down in town, and I couldn't believe how lucky I was. There was load of Adas, and I got a cream, and I thought, well, what I'll do is I can tea and coffee dye that like I've done with my others. 30p. This is a linen by the feels of it, but it's quite open. I'll have to work out the actual stitch count. 20p this piece was. This is a beautiful oatmeal one, and that was 40p. So this one I thought was lovely. Nice piece of navy, 50p. This was £2. But it's a big, massive piece of linen. Look at the size of that for £2. And I know I don't normally stitch on these kind of things, but I thought, well, it looks quite open, and I can do them when they're quite open. My little eyes can see them. Then this morning, I happened to be popping down at the post office to post off a couple of little parcels for some of my lovely ladies that I know. And I happened to go to the one up here, and they had brand new, not opened, a 14 count red Ada, £1.25, and a green one of the same, £1.25, a set of 3 hoops. Now I have a lot of hoops. I do have a lot of hoops, but I thought, well, they're good for finishing, you know, so whenever I see hoops, I do try and get them. £2.50. Then this, I thought, well, I've seen a lot of them on FlossTube when they do their finishes. They put like this fluffy stuff around some of the pieces, you know, when they're doing their finishes and stuff like that. And I thought, well, I'm sure I've seen that as a ball of wool somewhere, and they happen to have it. And it was a ball of this wool of 75p. And I thought that'd be absolutely ideal. Look how thick it is to go around the edge of a cross stitch to finish it off. So, and as you can see, I'm going to finish off a lot of cross stitches for 75p. And also I found, I've been hunting for one of these, especially a good one like this, one of these chopping boards. Now this was £2. It's got cheese written here. Well, that's where I bought my bow, because I'll hang something on there, and I'll put a bow or some leaves or something on that will grow up to that, really. But yeah, I thought this is going to be ideal, because it should sit, I don't know what I've done with it now, on my, you know, open thing that I've got for, you know, that holds my pieces now on my dress. So I don't know what I'm going to put on it, but I thought for £2, that is going to be brilliant for a cross stitch finish on there. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, so I've been really, really lucky, really. It is mainly cross stitch at the moment, and obviously clothing. Yeah, so I think that is it for today. Now, I did get a message from my lovely friend over the weekend asking if I would show, because I haven't done it, I haven't felt comfortable doing it, show some of my bags that I've got in my shop. So I will say thank you ever so much. If you know, if you're going to leave us now, thank you ever so much for staying with us this far, and I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen. And I'd like to also say my subscribers have just gone wow this week, and I think that's because of lovely Angela from Yarn and Yarns. She gave me a community shout out. Thank you, Angela. Your what are they? Vlogtobers have been so much fun. I have been laughing my head off. I really have. They've been so much fun. So if anybody don't follow Angela, it's Yarn and Yarns, and she's great, absolutely fun to watch, and she spins and weaves and knits. Oh, very, very clever lady. And I looked this morning, and I think I'm 4 or 3 away from 700 subscribers. When I do eventually hit the 1,000, I didn't really realize I would get this far, but when I eventually hit the 1,000, I am going to have one big giveaway. It's going to be 2 winners, not just the normal one like I've had in the past. So, you know, we've got a little while to go, and I don't think it will be until next year now. It takes me a while to get this far. But yeah, that's something for us all to look forward to. And I'd like to thank everybody that has actually stuck with us right from the beginning, and all the new ones. So I'll say goodbye, and a take care, and a happy crafting, and a stay safe to you guys if you don't want to stay and look at my my bags that I bought in my Etsy shop, which is Little Workroom Crafts, all one word, I will say. Okay, right. I really didn't have this in mind to do. This here is my big bag, which has got pockets all on the outside. There's all big pockets, and then on the inside it's massive. It could be a blanket, it could be a sweater. It's drawstring. You could even fit advent, a whole advent in there, couldn't you, really, if you think you know, put all your advent thingies in it. And yeah, so that's the big one. There also is a medium size in the same, and there is a small one. I haven't actually got a small one made up to show you, but there is a small one in that design. Any of these, if there's anyone is interested in any of these, just private message me on Instagram if you want a different fabric. As I say, they're all on my Etsy shop, but if you want any of them made in a different fabric or a different color, but you like the design, just message me, private message me on Instagram, and I'm sure we can do a custom, or I know we can do a custom order. Now, I made 3 of these yesterday, and 2 of them sold. That's why I went down the post office this morning. And this is a little pouch for putting your stitch markers in. You know, I've got to make myself one of these. I just come up with the idea, and I thought, oh, I've got to make myself one. And in here you could fit a little pair of scissors, you could fit your hand sewing needles, but you know, your little stitch markers for your project, especially when you're doing sleeves, or if you're doing garment and you have a lot of stitch markers. There's a little pouch. This one is mainly for cross stitchers or embroiderers. So you've got your vinyl, it's zipped like so. It's fully quilted. I don't know if you can see, there is lines across there. It's got wadding in the back, and it's fully quilted, but as I say, there is a couple of those in different colors. Then it comes to the normal drawstring bags. You've got the small, and there's the pocket inside. That's the small, all box bottoms. Yet again, the medium with a pocket. and the large with the pocket inside. But as I say, all the approximate measurements are all on in the shop with the box bottom. And then the last one, which there is a couple of 3 of these, but I could set out and do them anyway. I love this style, I must admit myself. It's got your handle, so if you're going out to anywhere when we're allowed, or just storing, you've got your big box bottom on the bottom there, and you've got a magnetic clasp. And then what you can do, so you can have it open like that, or let me see if I can do this. So on the moment, spur of the moment job. Let's get this done and get it to the shape you're supposed to have it. So it's basically like 2 bags in one, this one is. In the drawer. So this one, then when you tie up the ends, oh gosh, I'm making a right old mess of this, and I've gone, I'm not used to doing this. Oh dear. You can tie it into the top, and then it can be taken in at the top like that. So you've still got your gusset, as I say, and then you just undo it like that if you want it open like that. Okay, so that's, you know, they are the main designs, but they're in there in different fabrics. But if there's any fabric that you, I don't know, any colour, and we can work it all out. I'll send you photographs of what I've got, and we can work out some custom orders. That's not a problem at all. Anyway, that's that done. I don't like doing things like that. Okay, I better say goodbye, because it's going to end up being a little bit longer than I like it. Okay, so I would love to say thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you all next Monday. And also, I might have something to as an extra on top of, yeah, we'll see. Okay then, so happy crafting, take care, stay safe, see you next week, bye.